Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Realnex web series. We're going to be covering some fun things as we go along over the next couple of weeks. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of automation. Some of it is going to be automated, some of it's not. But we wanted to go over some tasks, some topics, have some conversations around some things that are real world that everybody is using and doing and ways to streamline that. Because the continuous thing that I always hear is, I am too busy. And my question is, busy doing what? And once I can find that out, then we can show you a way to streamline that. And that's how this portion came about, of automated collection of business cards and tracking client needs. I'll show you good ways to do follow-ups and automate some of those processes that go along. Everybody is in listen only mode. That doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you. That just means we can't have everybody talk at one time. So if you have any questions, comments, hoorahs, or anything at all, please put them through the question box. If for any reason you can't hear me, please raise your hand. Obviously, that is kind of funny because if you can't hear me, you probably can't hear me given those directions. But appreciate everybody coming on to here today. We're going to make these really quick. They're about 15 minutes or so. But again, if anybody has any questions, we'll be able to answer them for you. And if there's future webinars you want to have, future videos you want to have things on, let us know, because we'll continue to create these, and I'll continue to do these every week, every month, every quarter, whatever it would be needed to improve everybody's usage. So one of the things that people come up and say, Matt, I'm busy. There's some things that I need to figure out how to streamline. And I ask you, what are you doing? While I'm out in the field, or I'm at a meeting, or I'm at an event, and now that we're going back out to these events like SAOR and CCIM, and you're going out to your local events and different chapter events, we're starting to get back into getting business cards. And one of the things that I find out that people don't realize, they don't realize the power of what Realnex can do. And I'm going to pull up my mobile phone here to kind of give some live examples, and we'll kind of walk through this process. So whether you have an iPhone like I have here, or you have an iPad, or you have an Android, I know looks like my good buddy Alan's on here. He's iPad only. That's how he runs his business on, and uses Realnex. But if you're on an iPad, you're on an Android or anything like that, I recommend you looking for a great business card scanning app. Now, the one that I recommend is Cam Card. We do not get financially incentivized to push Cam Card. I just found out that it works the best. You can see here, I'm on the free trial. I have another account for that, so that's what this one here is, a test account. Cam Card you can get for as little, I think it's like, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks a year or something like that. Maybe someone knows and they can post it up here. We can always go to CamCard. Now, you can use any kind of business card scanning app that you want. But the neat thing about this is utilizing the integration through the Office 365, or if you're a Gmail subscriber, you can use the integration with Office 365 Gmail, and an integration piece we have that will kind of tie those two together. To do that. And if you need some information on that, you can contact me off the web. So there's a really cool things that are inside of this. One is I can share my card with anybody. So if I want to share my business card to somebody else through text message or something, I can always do that. I also can scan a QR code. So if Bob and myself are out at a conference, I can go ahead and scan his QR code, or he can scan my card so we can send information back and forth. And what's neat about that is it automates that process. So one is we don't have to hand a paper business card back and forth. It allows us to, again, automate that process. I was at a local event recently, and one of the gentlemen said, yeah, I left all my business cards back in my office. Well, if you use a program like this, you wouldn't have to worry about it. And you can easily let someone scan that information to make that card go in there. So there's a couple steps as you want to download your app. And you want to make sure your app can synchronize with the Office 365. That's what Realnex uses to synchronize the contacts. Now, if you're a Gmail subscriber, don't fret. We do have a way that you can synchronize Gmail into the Office 365 account. There's a nominal cost to it, but you can email me. I'll give you some information on how to hook that up. But let me show you kind of how simple this is. I'm just going to give you a quick little example. I'm going to hit the camera. Then I'm going to put it on here. Boop. That's how fast it is. Now I did it on a white piece of paper because I have a messy desk and I didn't think everybody wanted to see that. Now I can do a couple things. One is I can verify the information. Now it didn't get my work number perfect because my business card is really smudged. So if I needed to update anything, I can do 858-458-1063. So again, I can update any information I need on this. I can check the information out. Perfect, that's how I like it. Now I can go ahead and hit simply save. And then I can say auto save to contacts. So that goes in my contacts. And then from here, it can go right into my, my Outlook Office 365. Now, my contacts are the ones that are syncing through Office 365. So I technically can use the free version of this program because that's what it's saving there for me. However, you might need to buy the full paid version, or you might be able to find one that is free on there. So now I went ahead and did that. I can go ahead and do card sync. Now you can see this one is a free trial. I can even put them into a group if I wanted to put them into a group. Adding additional notes on there, and then I can go ahead and synchronize that information across. So the neat thing about this is there's many apps. So if you're using a different apps, then what I recommend, let us know. Because I've seen people that have been doing this manually, or they send them over to, you know, a virtual assistant, and by the time they take a picture, send it to the virtual assistant and schedule a follow-up, I could have already left the building, be driving down the road and drinking my Starbucks, you know, smoothie or whatever that would be. Now I can go on and I can say take the next, and I can go down. There's also a really cool feature. So I don't know if anybody uses CamCard a lot or not, but one of the neat things about CamCard is it actually gives you an option. Now I'm moving. Now mine came up blurry because I'm moving it. But let's go here and let me show you this too as well. You can actually do multiple. So if you're trying to scan multiple cards, it can actually look for multiple cards for you. And the glare is messing things up here for me, but you can see there, and there you can see how messy my desk is. But CamCard is going to allow you to do that. Now what's going to happen within about 5 minutes, that information is going to synchronize. And if you're using the Realnex mobile app, like most of you are using, this information is going to work on there. Does this work also for paper written names and number? Well, heck, that is one good question. Let's see, because I'm not sure. And there might be ones that do it that do have, let me add my name in here. And let's just do something interesting here. 858-458-1063. Now, I guess it just depends on how it's written, because if you look at me and you look at how mine is written on here, my information is horrific. Yeah, it looks like I got it to do that. It was trying to find the edges of the card, and it found them. Now, I don't think it's going to do much more than a picture there, but you know, my writing is pretty bad, as you can see here. It looks like a 3-year-old. So it's tough, but yeah, you might be able to do something like that. There's probably apps out there. I know Robin's on here. He's a super technical. I've known Robin for a long time. He's fantastic with technical knowledge. He's probably knows like 50 apps that can do cool things like that. But remember, when you're out walking a building, you're meeting a client, you're at an event, you're talking to somebody, that information then is going to synchronize back into your Realnex program, and you can pull up the contacts. Now from here, you can easily swipe back and you can say, let me set an event up. You can type the event, so like follow up, and you want to add some additional notes. On a webinar with some of the greatest people I've ever met. Okay, now I can set a time or a date that I want to follow up with it, and I can hit save. And now that's going to be back in my calendar. It's also going to be back inside my Realnex in my dashboard, as well as other areas. You're also going to be able to see this information if you log into your desktop program. And I'm on Wi-Fi, so this might take me a little bit longer than what I want. But you're also going to be able to log in on your iPad, your Android, like this is with the app, or you can log in just to realnex.com on your Android or iPad, and you'll be able to see that information as well back in here inside your dashboard and your contact side of things. So you'll see that information in both places. Let me see if I can stop this real quick. We have a new mobile app out that's pretty cool, quick. So CamCard, there is a free version of it. I'm not sure what limitations. I think the synchronization is limited in there, but there's a lot of mobile apps out there. We also have a new mobile app out that's going to be coming out, and it allows you to do like automatic histories. So as you add somebody in here and you do make a phone call from your mobile app, let me just restart this real quick. From your mobile app, you're going to be able to automatically make a history. You're going to be able to do a text message, and you can also update information. So I've been working with a lot of leasing agents, landlord and tenant brokers. And what's neat about this is you're walking a building. You can come in here, and I have a webinar coming on it, and you actually can stack the complete building. Put the property name in there, address, auto address. There's my address if anybody wants to come down and hang out with me. Yeah, right. Automatic history on a text message with history. So text message, I don't think it's going to make a history, but if you call, it'll automatically make a history, and you can text message. So the new app will allow you to call, and when you call, it automatically makes a history, and you can text message from it. If you text message, I don't think it makes a history, but maybe it will. But again, if you're walking a building and you want to add the complete building stack, so add your tenants in there. And then if you go ahead and you take a picture of their business card, you can add the tenant information and tie it to it. And then if you want to add any other information, like maybe you want to put a note or schedule a follow-up or add a history in there as an activity, you can do any of this stuff on your mobile app. So do we need to download the mobile app, or does it automate automatically? I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not really that technologically savvy. We'll have to have Jeff take a look and figure that out. Now, the new mobile app is not out yet. So it is in beta version right now. And I'm sure some of you that are on here are on our committee, and you know a little bit more about that. But remember, as you're out at these conventions, you can start getting information. So we met Steve at a local convention here in San Diego. Steve's with a title insurance company. I wanted to tie Steve as a vendor because he's title insurance. And he's also a great place for referrals for me. So I can simply edit and update that information while I'm out with Steve. When I was at this event, now Steve is just a pretend contact, but I was actually at an event about 2 weeks ago for real estate. None of the agents that were there had the ability to look in, update information, whether it's a tenant information, investor information, another broker. They were simply handing business cards back and forth. With using a mobile app like this, you can take a picture of the business card, boom, it goes right into your Outlook. You can update their information. What are their specialties? They specialize in San Diego, that's their area, the region. You know, the agent type in here, I can put other information. So we'll put an agent type, he's leasing office. So if I have, you know, an availability for an Austin leasing agent, I probably need to open up my mobile app because every time I hit save, it seems to be slowing down for me. But now I can go ahead and I can update that office agent information. And then from there, I can schedule any kind of follow-ups. Now, what's cool about all this stuff is I have the ability to add that information. So I can add the properties in there, I can add spaces in there, I can add the tenant information. I can do all kinds of things here. Can you show us the fields you use for vendors in Realnex? Yeah, so I just come over here and I'm gonna click on the contact record because I wanna show you something as well. Inside of here, the vendor, if you click on that little right box, you have all the vendors in here. So that's what I keep track of for vendors. They're important because they're way I get a lot of leads. When I go to all these different meetings like SOR, CCIM, you know, Lee and Associates, SVN, or whatever I go to, you know, I meet a bunch of different folks out there. And when I do meet them, I make friends with all the vendors. We throw footballs back and forth, and it's fantastic. And they're a great source for me when it comes to getting referrals. Same thing for you. You might have a great attorney you work with. It works with distressed assets. You take a picture of their business card. You met with them. Maybe it's a 1031 attorney. You can put in there, you know, a keyword 1031 business type attorney. So if you need to find a 1031 attorney, you can simply just pull that information up in your search criteria. Also, if they're a lead and you're out walking a building, it's a lead for a lease or it's a lead for something else. Yeah, there's something weird with my database right now that's going on. Maybe it wasn't just the mobile app. If there's kind of a lead for any of that stuff and you want to create a timeline, you can do this as well. So remember, our platform is completely web-based, so you can access it from realnex.com on your tablet. So if you take a picture with CamCard, it goes into Office 365, it populates into here, and you wanted to do any kind of follow-up or pipeline building or pipeline management, you can create these timelines. When they're in there, you can create a timeline when you should follow up. So prospective tenant, prospective investor, touch list, whatever it would be, and you can kind of automate that series of events. So you're not only populating the information, it's putting the contact, it's putting the company, it's linking it. You can link that information to a building if it's a building owner or a property manager or a site contact. You can then tie that information to the space if they're leasing it. And then you can put together some kind of workflow that when you're back in the office, that information appears back in your dashboard. So you can say, hey, those 50 business cards that I put in with a couple minutes, automated that process. I would be able to see all those follow-ups that I need to do for it. And then I can start taking action and following up with each one of those clients to pull in information with that. We should get a list of some of the top business card scanning app. Maybe I can talk to Jeff here, and I think he's on the call here with us. I can probably talk to Jeff and say, hey, Jeff, let's get a list of the top 5 business card scanning apps that are out there. And then we'll write a blog, or I'll write a blog about it. I don't want to volunteer anybody else, but I'll write a blog about it that talks about some of the top 5 business card scanning apps. I'll look for one that does signatures as well. So if anybody has a signature one, Christine, let us know if you find one. We'll add that in there as well, because if we can automate some of these processes for you, create some good timelines. I'll come up with a couple timeline examples. Maybe we'll throw them in there, and you can start putting your business cards in there, putting your tenant criteria, putting your investor criteria, and so forth, all right inside of the program. Now, it's such a good feeling when you go somewhere and you're trying to buy something and they ask you what's important to you instead of just showing you a ton of things. Like you go to buy a new mattress and they say, do you have any ailments? Well, I have a bad back. I have to get my back fused. So they know that I need to go to a firm. I need to have a firm back. It must be my internet. I just turned over from 5G to normal one to get this better. So your system's not going to run like mine is. It's just the internet here is really bad in the office. But when I go to buy a mattress and they tell me you have any ailments, I said bad back, and they put me on a hard, firm mattress because they know that's good for me. That makes me feel good. So same thing when you're talking to a tenant out in the field or anything else, you ask them what's important to you, put it in the system. Whether you use it down the road or anything else, let us know. And then look, if your system's running, and it will never run near as slow as mine, if yours ever runs slow, just let us know here. Can you send a screenshot of the CamCard app? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I guess I can. I can show you a screenshot of it that I have. It just says CC CamCard, screenshot of the CamCard app. Yeah, I'm sure. Whatever you need, I'm happy to send you anything. Anything. If you need a screenshot of something, I'll do that. It looks like I just slowed everything down by moving over it. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pull that back up. So if anybody needs anything offline, you're welcome to email me. I'll put my information right in here. You send me an email. I'll answer any questions you have. Looks like questions are pouring in quicker than I can answer them for you. I'm going to just put my email address in. But think of ideas. If there's anything that you do in a day and it takes up time, maybe it's making coffee. Maybe we come up with a Realnex coffee maker that brews it automatically for you. There's a best practice out there that somebody knows, that we know, who knows somebody, in order to streamline your process. Tell us all the things that you feel that are taking time, that are a time suck, and let's get rid of them, and let's figure out a way to automate them. Same thing, when you're making phone calls with a new app, everybody's like, I don't want to create a history. Well, now we made it so it's going to automatically create a history for you. Well, I want a text message from the app. Great, we'll make it a text message for you. Let us know what is taking time out of your day to let us know. CamCard is what I use. There's different pricing in here. You can try it for free. Take a look at it. There's other business card scanning ones that are on the market. You can collaborate. It does go to Outlook. It's a fantastic way to do things. there's a ton of business card apps out there. Jeff, is there anything that I missed on this? I know we want to keep this short to like 15 minutes. I get so excited because I know people that have used VAs before, and I was able to take a picture of 10 business cards quicker than they were able to send one business card to their VA. So I was really proud to do this presentation here.
I think you covered it well. The only other thing would be, Matt, just some of the profiling of your investors and other things that you can do with the app as well. So you know, within that app view, you have the ability to scan in the card, bring up the profile, and then begin to detail what size, type, and location people are looking for, as you did with the tenant. So getting those details in the app in the field as you're meeting people, that makes it real simple then to follow up as your new listings come to market and you want to match them to your prospect list. The other thing, you know, getting that timeline built is fantastic, to be able to automate the 10 steps or 20 steps or whatever you need to do to cultivate that prospect and turn them into a client. So build a routine and link it to your new contacts, and you get them into a business development process right away.
Yeah, and Jeff, I'm trying to show everybody here in my writing skills today, the spotlight. If you hit that little eye right there, some people are asking what timelines to use, what are your favorite ones? I have a lease renewal one that I think is good at business development, you know, buying and selling. So, you know, a buyer rep and a sell side deal. And if you click this little blue icon there, it's just a blue eye. It's, again, it's not probably the easiest one, and I'm not going to do it just in case anybody has epilepsy on here. But touch base, you know, duration 2 monthly, you can go ahead and it'll actually create the timeline for you. And then once you get the timeline, you can go in and you can edit the timeline around and save it how you want. So it's cool. Again, remember, get those business cards, build those relationships. I'm in an office with 22, 25 brokers, and none of them have a system like this. It's incredible. They should all have a system like this so they connect with the best brokers around the world, because we have people from around the globe on this call here today. And if you meet each other, it'd be great to find out who's a specialty in certain areas. I know we got some in here from Florida. We got some in from Colorado. I know, look, there's my good buddy Pablo. Got to give you a shout out. A couple of you from Canada that are in here, probably some people in Mexico, Idaho. Look at that, Orange County. That's fantastic. Yeah, Miami. See, there's probably like 4 people just in Miami right on here. And, you know, as you go out and you connect, now you can go ahead and trade business cards. You can do it without a touch. So, you know, if you're worried about, you know, touching the contact cards or anything like that, you can do it with Camcard. We'll put something up. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, everybody. We hope this helped out. Hope this gave you an idea. If there's anything you feel that you think you can improve upon, or is a mundane task you don't want to do anymore, let us know. We also have a concierge service. I know it sounds fancy, right? So if you need a marketing package created and you are using Market Edge or anything, and you are just too busy, you can utilize our concierge service and we'll create a marketing package for you. So full marketing package, you give us the deets, we put it in, we build it, and we create it for you. So we're trying to give you as many services out there. We're trying to automate things like the Storyvine and Realnex video. So come check us out for the next couple of videos, and I appreciate everybody coming on. Want to wrap this up then? Yes, presentations are on YouTube. They're out there. Yeah, concierge service is fantastic. You didn't even know about that. Contact me for more information on the concierge service. We want you out there doing deals, making money, and sending us referrals so we can put shoes on our kids' feet. Cool. With that, have a great week, everybody. Thanks again for coming on, and we'll see you in a couple days for the next session. Talk to you soon.